I appreciate you being here. I guess I'll go ahead and introduce myself. So, hey viewers, if you guys see me in this avatar body, this is Zarina with Zarina's Guides. I'm here with Mucida, who is our player of the year in Upland,
Hello.
who's been gracious enough to come here. Go ahead and tell us about yourself, Mucida. Where are you living?
First, can you see my hands moving?
I see I see him down there a little bit holding something. I guess your these.
Oh, here.
Yeah, there you are.
Oh, yay, yay. Okay. So, yeah, my name is Lucas Mucida. I'm from Brazil, and I'm the owner of the YouTube channel Upland Brazil. We have a lot of players there, and that's me.
And that's you. So in Brazil, where do you live in Brazil?
In
Like, what's your
Brazil,
city?
it's the city is called Viçosa. It's a small city, very small. We just have a very big university here, so it's a university city.
Oh, nice.
And this, unlike 8 hours from Rio, 10 from São Paulo, the most important cities. So it's not that
Oh,
far.
okay. All right. So eight
Because
hours
Brazil, you can
from
be very
Rio.
far.
Yeah, I'll bet that's what was.
eight
Yeah, that's a
hours,
big
yeah.
country. So 8 hours, that's not bad. That's like me
That's
to
not
like
bad, yeah.
San Jose. Okay, I was asking that because I do later on want to get into how much you really know about Rio itself, but that'll come later.
Hmm.
Before that, can you go ahead and tell us how you found out about Upland? Oops, did you
Uh,
hear us?
yeah. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I
I think
can.
I lost. Okay. uh,
So, question was,
what did you? Um,
can you
mm,
tell us how you found out about Upland?
how did I find about that? Okay, was I think at most of people that I talk about it say the same thing. Brave browser.
Brave World?
I Brave browser.
Oh, Brave
I
Browser.
I yeah. I first saw Upland there and an ad in Brave browser. So I started because I like the llama. I saw some buildings behind it, and I loved playing games like SimCity, The Sims. So I thought, why that can be good. And it says earn, so I want to earn something. And I started Upland in April 21, so 1 year and a half maybe.
Wow, yeah.
And
So,
but was through Brave browser. No, I had never heard about Upland before. No one close to me have ever heard about Upland. So
I haven't
thanks,
heard of
Brave.
Brave Browser. I've heard of
No.
Google and Instagram, but no, I'm like Brave Browser, no idea what that is. But I guess
Brave
I'm
browser.
thinking it's some type of like internet or like is it like
Yeah,
Google or is it like
it's
Instagram
like
or
Firefox or Chrome,
okay,
but you earn some coins. But
oh you do.
yeah,
I might have to look into
they
this
give you
Brave
some.
Browser.
Yeah. I forgot the name. I think it's Bet, the name of the coin. So
Interesting.
you earn, yeah.
Okay. So that actually brings me to my next question, which was, were you previously like into crypto or blockchain games before Upland?
Yes, I was maybe just starting crypto. I heard about it a long time ago, but I didn't have courage to start playing with that. But I had some, and I started playing some NFT games before Upland. But I didn't know that much about those games. I was only trying to understand what's going on, and then I think Upland was like the fourth one that I was trying, and then it's just Upland because I
Just
I don't
Upland.
play the other
Okay.
ones anymore. Yeah,
This
most
is
of
the
them
best.
are not are not working anymore. The other NFT games they died.
Right. And actually, I didn't know about NFT games before Upland myself, but once I
Mhm.
got into Upland, I started reading about NFT games and I started seeing a lot of these projects had failed. And so it did get me a little
Yes.
concerned about, oh, is Upland going to fail? So how do you feel about like the likelihood of Upland being one of those other NFT games that just kind of stop?
Yeah, I mean Upland, it's very different because it's an entire entire company behind it. The other NFT games that I saw was a bunch of developers that sit together and say, hey, let's do something with these coins and this game and we are gonna earn a lot of money. And then they earn money and they vanish. But Upland, it's it's a company from San Francisco, the Silicon Valley. They have a lot of partnerships like NFL, Porto, the soccer team right now, the Hyperloop. So big companies, I mean NFL, they wouldn't get into anything if they think that it's not a good thing for the future. So it gives Upland a lot of confidence, right? Because if
Yeah, I
if
agree. I
NFL
think
tears Upland, why I shouldn't?
right. It validates the game a big time, like a big way with having the NFL
Yes.
and now the soccer teams, but what is it, FC Porto? So definitely, I think that helps me feel better too. Did you put money
For sure.
into Upland right away when you started, or any money? I should probably. I'm assuming you put money in. I'm not, so you can answer two
Yeah.
questions.
At the beginning, I just put I think $10 to get away from visitor status because I like the game, so I wanted to sell things, start right away to start selling things, and I put just $10, and it was on Brooklyn, yeah, Brooklyn. Then come, I think Oakland came to the game, and I put more 40. I know that until I get executive with 10 million UPEX, I only put $80. $80, yes,
Not
something
bad, not
like that.
bad.
Now I have more. I put more
Like,
because I start to play for serious right now.
right?
But in
Yeah.
Brazil, it's difficult because dollar is almost 5.5 times
Wow.
more expensive than the Brazilian reais. So, and that's some of the reasons that maybe you can't see a lot of huge executives here in Brazil. We have some executives, no uh, chief executives, zero chief executives because
Oh,
it's hard to
very
put money
expensive.
in this
Yeah.
game. You know, it's very expensive. So
Ooh, that's something for us to
we are
consider.
growing slowly because of that.
Where did my computer screen go? I think my next question was, hey, I'm like, suddenly my
Your
computer screen
computer.
just vanished. What's happened? What happened to you? Let me see. I lost my next question. Maybe I put it on pass through. Well, I'll go ahead and ask another question, which is, do you advise
Okay.
people to actually try a free to play game, or do you tell them to jump right in and, invest?
Now, I mean, I'm not comfortable telling people to put any type of money, but I say if you want, you can start the game for free to take a look at it, understand the game, see, watch some videos before you really start the game. But if you don't want that much trouble asking for a lot of visits and start the game, put at least $10, maybe a five. If five is almost possible to get Uplander status. So I think the most important advice that I can give for someone that's beginning the game, starting the game, is don't put a lot of money in the beginning because you may make a lot of mistakes with this money and start slowly, start with just a low amount of money if you are going to put money. I know a lot of Brazilian players that are great players now and they didn't put any money, at least at the beginning. Maybe they put now, but at the beginning they started for free. So it's possible.
So it is possible. And I think that's what people want to know is like, is it possible really? And especially if it's like you in places like Brazil, where like we're going to have Rio there. And if it's expensive for them to put
Mhm.
money into the game, like 5 times more, we should consider that for them. Like
Yes.
if it's worth, like if they can make it without putting any money in. So,
Yeah, it's possible.
okay,
But
that's
yeah, it's harder, but
it's
it's possible.
harder. They say that slow grind. It's the slow grind, but it is possible. So for you said people might make mistakes, and I know we're like not typically supposed like you can only have one account. So if you mess up, what do you suggest? Like how do you recover if you start off the game and then you just messed up?
How to recover. Yeah, there's no much option. Maybe let this account,
Expire.
yeah, expire and get another one. But if you already put money, there's not much thing to do. You have to understand that, make mistakes, and start with the money that you have right now, trying to buy some good things now and sell the other things that try to make more free UPEX for you, or liquidity, and start buying everything again. You have to understand that you you have to sell some things for a very low price to try to recover at least some amount of money to start again. But I
Right.
mean, that's why I tell people to watch a lot of videos before starting, because
Sorry.
if you made a mistake, it's at the beginning it's hard to
You like really come
I
back from that.
mean, yeah,
So
come back. Yeah,
I think that's what people, I
yeah.
guess, I don't know, like what the rules are on it. Hey, if I just want to let my visa expire and start again. But it seems like I've seen people say like that's okay to do. So I guess ask Upland, but it does seem like it's possible for like, yeah, if you mess up as a visitor or even I don't know, once you're Uplander, isn't that it? So if you put in $10 and you become an Uplander, you can't expire anymore. That's the
Yes.
problem. Yeah. And then I
Yeah,
guess
that's
you
the
just let
problem.
it all go and just restart with a totally different account. But
Mhm.
yeah, that'd be difficult. Okay. So for people
Your
going to
arms
Rio,
are
oh,
distorted.
they're the wrong way.
Yeah.
Is this better? Yeah,
No,
you're like, have you still messed
not
up?
change again. Yeah.
Wait, wait.
Your arms were just twisted. Now it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. You're like, you're
You're
doing all
like
sorts of
the,
weird
the,
trips.
the
Thank you for correcting me. So, okay, so I guess, oh, I have two more questions about Rio. So one
okay.
is how comfortable, well, Las Vegas was super expensive to me as far as like a new city.
Hmm.
So do you think, people in Rio or in Brazil, do you recommend, and even everywhere, even any new player, how do you feel about them actually trying to attempt starting in Rio?
We don't know how uh, which part of Rio they are going to release now, because Rio is really big. I don't think they are going to release the entire Rio at once like they did in
Mhm.
Vegas. They're going to start just with a little part of it. But Rio is very uh, I mean, we have a lot of poor families and a lot of very rich families living almost side by side. So you can find a lot of really expensive properties and also really cheap ones. So maybe it's gonna be the most mixed
Right.
cities in the upland. You're gonna see a lot of expensive things, and it's a mix of Detroit and Los Angeles. You
Wow.
pick a part of Los Angeles, I pick a part of Detroit, put that same thing, and
Here's the
that's Rio.
thing. Las Vegas, the parts that they opened, those are some cheap areas that I was not expecting. Like by the university around there, those are cheap apartments and cheap housing. Like, so I was like, why is this so? Everything in Vegas that they made expensive
Yes.
is not like, worth it. Like in real life, it was like I was not. Yeah, I was like, what is this? This area, like it's like the east side of Las Vegas. That is like old houses. Like I was like, I was
It
not.
shouldn't
I
be
didn't want to pay
expensive,
the
right?
UPEX for what they were charging. I was like, I can get a bigger place in LA for these prices. Like, what is this? So now I'm wondering, I'm curious if anyone, even in a like, lower income part of Rio, if it's just going to be too expensive for new players to try any sort of free to play game, basically. Like maybe if they were
Hmm.
trying to put some money in, yeah, but free to play, trying those strategies that people have suggested, like, buy the three homes on the same street. I think with the prices that we saw in Vegas, I would be
It's
saying, I
impossible.
would probably say, yeah, I don't think so. Like maybe
Yeah,
go to
in Vegas
Detroit
is
or Queens
impossible.
still. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Queens is also almost
yeah, it's too
impossible,
expensive. Yeah,
but
it's
you
too
can buy
expensive.
at least one
Right. So we'll
right
see
now.
what happens. But yeah, for my 35 people who like to watch my channel, I'm like, don't tell your new friends to start in Rio, maybe, because like I used to tell
Yeah,
people, wait for the next city, wait to
but
start in the next city. But now I don't think so. I
we
don't
have
know.
we have something that you have to consider, that the buildings here, properties here, they are based on Brazilian reais, and Brazilian reais is cheaper than dollar. So I don't know how Upland is going to look at it. Like
Oh, you're right.
they are going to fix the price based on dollar, based on reais, because if it's going to be reais, it's not that expensive. You're gonna cut the price by five.
Right.
So maybe
Whoa, I
maybe the
know,
cheap
right?
profits are going to be really cheap, really cheap. Yeah,
Well, that would be
I
nice.
think.
You
Yeah.
know, we'll see. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Upland's going to make Rio very expensive because it just we're ready to spend for that. but
Yeah, well, yeah.
but maybe not. It's like I'm ready to go get Copacabana. But I do think, just like you said, they'll probably only open up part of Rio. Do you have any parts that you are thinking that they'll go open up for sure?
I think downtown and the south area is the almost all, almost all the important road streets and neighborhoods are there. I don't
And I've
know if
so
yeah,
sorry. There,
maybe
I was
south
reading there's
south
like three zones.
area
Yeah,
and
South Zone. Is that it? There's like three zones
yes,
there or
we have
something.
south zone, yeah, west zone, north zone. North is big and not
Four.
attractive, so I don't
Okay.
know if they're going to. And we have south, we have downtown, two downtowns, maybe because one is new and the other one is old. And maybe just downtown itself, probably because it's already big. These two, these
Mm-hmm.
two zones are already big. So and south in the south zone you can find Copacabana, um, Ipanema, those important streets.
What about
So
Rio Blanco, is it called? Or I was going to ask you about this particular street, Ave Blanco or Ave Banco or oh shoot, I can't. I wish I could pull
Avenida.
it up. Hang on, I'm going to find it and see if you've ever heard of it really quick.
Can you see?
I have to raise my goggles for a sec. um
It's, it looks fine.
it says because I was like, I'm going to run this street by Mucida and just see if he's ever heard of
We
it.
have we have
Rio
Avenida
Bronco.
Brazil, Rio
It,
Branco. I
yeah.
don't know if it's important. I don't remember
Okay.
the name. I think we have Avenida Brasil. It's one really, really, really long road that goes from Rio to the top of Brazil. Like
Oh, wow.
the,
Avenida
it
Brazil.
crosses a lot of states. So that's an
Okay.
important road. Um,
Okay. Super awesome to know that. Before you go, because I don't want to keep you,
yeah.
I don't take too much of your time. Do you have any nodes, like any node projects that you're participating in or that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I have a node in Kansas called Stripwood. It's a neighborhood, but I mean, I have a lot of um, I spend a lot of time doing the videos for Upland Brazil and answer people. So I'm not in a rush with this its neighborhood. We are building things there. We have I think 8 apartments already, and some more, maybe 15 other buildings already built there. So it's going on. It's growing, but it's slowly, and I'll give more more time for that in the future. But it's Tripwood. It's not expensive. All the properties there are really big. They fit everything. So it's a good type of property there. So yes, Tripwood. I
All
think it's
right.
called Tripwood.
So,
Yeah.
last thing I want to do before you go is talk just more about your own background. Like I know you're in your PhD right now, and I think it's
Yeah.
helpful to viewers to see how educated people are playing this game. So, give us a little bit about your
Hmm.
educational and professional background, and let us know, your own why you still think Upland is good based upon your intellect.
Yeah, yeah, that's very interesting because I know a lot of players that also are almost doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm a software engineer. I work in my university here, and I'm also doing my PhD in artificial intelligence. Maybe I'm gonna finish in the end of this year. I
Oh,
hope so. And I was a professor before that, before I started playing Upland. Not before. I was a professor until the beginning this year, and I left it to give more time for Upland. And yeah, I know. I mean, the biggest player here in Brazil is also engineer. I know a very good architect that's put a lot of money in Upland. Some friends from the computer science are also playing this game and they really like it. I mean, we have to know about statistics and market values. So it's not a simple game. So uh, we believe on this game. You know that it can go somewhere, and it's a good investment to 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 try.
I appreciate that. I think it just like I said, I think it helps for people to hear that and get more comfortable playing Upland when they know it's smart people actually encouraging people to play the game and not just like, 16-year-old, 13-year-old kids who have no
Yes,
idea what they're
with
doing with their
time,
money.
boys with
Yeah.
time, right?
Right, and
Kids
with
with
time,
time.
exactly, the most valuable commodity we have. So much time I've been putting in too, just because I believe I'm just passionate about Upland. So thankful to meet up with you and have you here, and hopefully our recording works
Thank
out.
you.
Oh, by the way, everybody, this
Yeah,
is
me too.
Immersed. We are using VR. I was because I'm hoping that Upland eventually has this where if this were my house, in Upland, I could have this type of recording with you. That's what I'm hoping for, and I
Nice.
I hope they see this one day. But people who are just have Oculus Quest who are out there wondering, I'm hosting this on Oculus Quest 2 through Immersed, and this is my first time doing this. First time all the way through. We tried this earlier today, but we couldn't hear each other. Well, he couldn't. I couldn't hear him. So yeah, but yeah. So yeah, this is great. I think this has been nice. It's a nice little. You look like a really
Yeah,
handsome
it was
avatar, by the way, too.
amazing.
Like you look very nice. And yeah, the room's been nice. So yeah, I appreciate your time. Do you want to give any more advice to any players? Any last words of advice that you have?
Just believe in Upland. Give a time to Upland because it's not a very very fast game. You're not going to see a lot of money in like 1 month. So be patient with Upland, but believe in this game. It's going to be like amazing. It's already
Thank you.
it's already is amazing. It's
It
amazing.
is. Yay. And it's going to be more amazing. All right. This is Zarina's Guides with Mucida, Lucas Mucida, signing out. Thank you guys. Happy hunting.
Thanks.